Hello, my little artists. I hope you guys enjoyed that video about Ireland and St. Patrick. Now it's time for us to draw a picture for St. Patrick's Day. So today we're going to be drawing a leprechaun because they're just fun and cute, even if they're not real. So go ahead and get your pencil, your paper. Paper is going portrait tall today. First thing we do is write our name. And then we flip our paper over on the back. And we are ready to get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to draw two big eyes right in the middle of our paper. So two big circles right in the middle of your paper. Now, this leprechaun is going to have two of those little catch lights in his eyes. So I'm going to draw a circle in the top right of each eye. A little circle in the top right. And then another little circle in the bottom left. And then once we get out markers and crayons, you can color the inside of that with your black crayon. But for now, we're just going to keep drawing. So we need to give him a nose. So we're going to draw a little oval right between his eyes. And we've learned an oval is like a circle that gets stretched out a little bit. So do a little oval. Now he's going to be a happy little leprechaun. So he's smiling. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw a diagonal line right underneath his nose. And then I'm going to start on the bottom and I'm going to draw a sideways U back up to the middle. I'm not going to draw it all the way to the edge. I'm going to draw a backward or a sideways U and go back up to the middle. So I want that coming out a little bit. Kind of looks like a sideways lowercase b. Do you see that, how it looks like a sideways lowercase b? And then I add a little rainbow line at the bottom for his tongue. Okay, now we're going to draw his face. I'm going to start over here by his eyes, and I'm just going to draw a big U shape over to the other eye. We'll start up here by his eye, come down, curve around his mouth, and back up. Okay, now I'm going to draw the bottom of his hat. Now if you see where his face is, see how the bottom of his hat comes out a little bit on each side? So I'm going to start over here and we'll draw a curved line over. And if it doesn't connect at first, I'm going to connect this line a little bit more. So let's see if I can make it connect. Nope, I didn't make it connect. I went out a little bit further. So what I'm going to do then is I'm just going to draw that line a little bit more and make it connect. So I made the bottom of his hat come out a little bit on each side. And now we need to give him a beard. So we're just going to draw some little smiley faces all the way around his face and back up to the edge of his hat. Once you add the beard, that's when he really starts looking like a leprechaun. You can tell it's going to be a leprechaun, a cute little leprechaun. So get his beard, and then we're going to move on and draw the rest of his hat. Okay, but before we can draw his hat, we need to draw his ears. And we learned that leprechauns are actually fairies, which is really cool. We know fairies have pointed ears, not curved ears like us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here on his beard and I'm going to draw a diagonal line. And then I'm going to draw a curved line back down. That's going to give him a little pointy fairy ear. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Diagonal line. And then we curve it back in. And that gives him those pointy ears. Okay, so now we need to finish the lip of his hat. So what I did was I started here on his ear and curved up and around his head and then back down to his ear. I didn't start at the very point. I came down just a little bit over here, and I'm going to end about right there. So if you want to go ahead and draw these little lines, and that'll help you guide your pencil, I'm going to curve up and around and back down. Then I'm going to draw a big rainbow line at the top to make the top of his hat, because this kind of hat is what we call a bowler hat. This is called a bowler hat, and it's got a round top, unlike a top hat, which comes up like a rectangle. So this one's going to be a bowler hat. So I come in a little bit, and I'm just going to make a rainbow line from one side to the other. Then we need to add the buckle and the brown stripe that goes in. So I'm going to draw another curved line right above that. And then right above his nose, I'm going to draw two vertical lines. Pretty far apart. You want them pretty far apart. And then I'm going to draw a rectangle inside. So watch, I'm going to make a little rectangle. And that's going to make that gold buckle that goes on his hat. Now we're going to finish his hat with that 4-leaf clover before we move on to the rest of his body. So I'm going to start. I'm going to draw two little diagonal lines coming off the right side. And then up here, I don't want to touch these lines yet. I'm going to draw a plus sign. Draw a plus sign. Now, this is an easy way to make a 4-leaf clover. So what I'm going to do is on each of the 4 sides of my plus sign, I'm going to draw 2 rainbow lines. So watch, I'm going to start, and I'm going to start from this one to this one, and I'm going to go 1, 2. It's kind of like I made a heart. Can you see how it looks like a heart there? I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go 1, 2. Now it looks like I've got a heart down here. And I'm going to do 1, 2 on the bottom, and then the last one, 1, 2. And then if yours didn't connect to those lines, you can go back in and draw those lines back down to make his little 4-leaf clover connect. And then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw just a little diagonal line there around my plus sign. And now he's got a cute little shamrock 4-leaf clover. Actually, I think a shamrock is supposed to be 3, and a 4-leaf clover just has 4. So we did a 4-leaf clover. But now it's time to do his body. So finish up his 4-leaf clover on his hat, and then we're going to do his body. So under his chin, I'm going to draw 2 slightly curved lines. Not all the way down to the bottom, because I need to leave room for his legs and feet. So 2 slightly curved lines, and then I'm going to connect them at the bottom. Okay, I'm going to give him some arms. So I'm going to start where his shirt meets his beard, and I'm going to draw a line out, and then it's going to curve back into his body. So I'm going to start at this point, curve out, and then it curves back in. Kind of looks like a backwards letter J, like a little hook. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Come out, curve back in like a letter J. And then I'm going to give a diagonal line and a diagonal line. Okay, now for his coat, I'm going to draw 2 lines right under his chin, right towards in the middle. Line down, line down. Then I need to give him a belt. So I'm going to draw a horizontal line just in the middle, and then one right above it. And then this one also needs a buckle. So I'm going to do the same thing that I did up here, down here. 2 vertical lines, and then a rectangle in the middle. Little rectangle right there in the middle. And that makes his buckle. Okay, we're going to give him a little bow tie. So right under his beard, I'm going to draw a little square right there in the middle. And from the square, the right corner, I'm going to draw a curved line back to his collar, or back to his shirt coat, and then do another one on the other side. That's going to give him a little bow tie there in the middle. So I started with a square, and then just drew 2 smiley faces to the corners of his coat. Okay, now we need to do the lapel of his coat. So I'm going to start over here. I'm going to draw a little diagonal down, diagonal in a little bit, diagonal out, and then back in. So it kind of looks like a sideways capital M. See how that looks like a little sideways capital M? It's a little zigzag line. We'll do the same thing over here. Out, in a little bit, out, and then back in. Like a little sideways capital letter M. And we are almost finished. All we gotta do now is his legs and his boots. So as for his legs, I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna draw a little vertical on either side, to draw 2 more in the middle. So I've got 2 legs. I'm going to connect each one. Then we'll draw a little curved line, 2 little curved lines, curving back into his legs. Then on the outsides, I'm going to draw big curved lines. These are going to be his toes. So I got little curved lines on the inside, big curved lines on the outside, and then connect those with smiley faces. And we're almost done. We got one more step and then we get to color. So last thing we need to do is we need to add the soles of his boots. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start over here and I'm going to curve out and back around. On either side, curve out and back around. And that makes the soles of his boots. And now we are finished. So finish drawing your leprechaun, and then you can go back and color him. Now you can use the one that I've got started over here as a guide. Remember, St. Patrick's Day is now lots of green. Used to be blue. That was an interesting fact we learned, but it's now green. So most of it, his outfit is green. His beard is going to be orange. You can add some yellow in to his buckle and his bow tie. But you guys have the rest of art today to color. So I hope you had fun learning about St. Patrick's Leprechauns and enjoyed learning how to draw a leprechaun today. So have fun coloring, and until next time.